Kia ora. Welcome to Monday, 18th of July. Morning ramble this morning. We have rain coming down. Yeah, I know, bad hair days. Every day's a bad hair day. Some days are just worse bad hair days than others, right? Joys of not having to socialise in public, except through video. You don't have to look your best. Anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, a little bit of water coming down. Got a pretty good sleep last night, thankfully, which is good. Busy work week this week, back into it again, and we'll see what the week brings. I'm just negotiating lots of weeds and all manner of stuff that's grown up where the sheep used to be, because it's where the sheep used to be, so it is pretty fertile, I guess. But yes, anyways, this is a job I have to do, which is going to be cleaning out the barn, mucking out the barn. So that's going to be a fun job in the not too distant future. It's a pretty good layer of straw and stuff which the sheep have used to frequent and do their thing from time to time. Move them from shelter to shelter. But that was the big one. So of course it's got layers and layers and layers of what is effectively going to turn into compost. So, well, that'll be a thing. But anyways, so water, I guess, since water's falling out of the sky, so it's probably topical, we talk about that again. Some friends on our Living Free in Tennessee MeWe group, or a friend in particular, but two, have been working on it. I think it's been a couple of others as well, maybe. Looking at water catchment systems for their gardens and homesteads. And we like what they've done with IBC totes. So we're going to keep things simple to start with initially. This is very pretty. There's little copses here and there with flowers. Anyway, back to water. So IBC totes. We have a couple of IBC totes, the ones with cages. They're pretty versatile. Not sure what the going rate on those are at the moment. I think we paid about $50 for them, cleaned out. And you still want to clean them anyway, but without stuff in them, that is going to end up leaching into your water and killing you over time or otherwise. But I'm not sure what the going rate is. I've seen prices all over the place, so I'd say probably I don't know, $80, $100 maybe. Depends if they've got the metal cages or not. Metal cages are pretty useful actually. You can take those off and do all manner of things. I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with what I'm saying. Sadly I haven't got a tote handy to show you, but yeah, they come in various sizes. They're used for storing foodstuffs and things like that and transporting them, and then they just get resold. So they're kind of neat, kind of useful, easy to work with, durable, all that good stuff. If they're going to be used externally for storing water, they obviously need to be clad because, algae, all that kind of stuff. And really for our purposes initially, we've got the two totes. I think we've got the ones, we've got the 275 gallon IBCs. I have to check that anyway, but they're fairly big. So our thoughts here are we're probably going to put these on the backside, on the cooler side, the backside of the backside of the machine room, which is where all the solar is going to go. Put some guttering up on that and use that for water catchment. Again, initially we're not having to worry too much about livestock or gardens at the stage, so 2 totes will be more than enough. And for our purposes in the RV, at least initially, I think we'll probably be able to get by with a filtration system to grab the water from the totes, and either through a pass-through hose and pump or manually. It probably doesn't really matter. A little bit of exercise is not a bad thing. Winter, they may be famous last words, but I'm used to like going out every day, several times a day in the winter, in the snow, to break ice and water for sheep on fairly lengthy chunk of property. I don't think travelling 100 feet or so is really going to cause me too much grief over winter, to be honest. So anyway, so that's kind of the plan. Two 75-gallon totes will give us plenty of water to start with, and if we find we need more because things are a little drier, which they are at the moment down there, there's a bit of drought going down. Like I have mentioned before, Sandpoint well, if the water table supports it, and it's easy enough if the water is there, at least coming down from time to time. Putting a 3rd tote is probably not going to be too big a deal, so we don't have to worry about positioning these for full gravity feed and totes flowing into totes and all that kind of stuff, or the 50-gallon drums basically kind of staggered so that you've got one flowing into another and blah 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 blah. No, keep it simple. We can always change it later, right? So yeah, so that's the general plan. We're not going to go too overboard with it. And water purification, as I've mentioned before, is really just putting in a system, building a system actually, but putting in a system probably closer to the RV, which will be more of a filtration, pour the water in the top kind of thing, let it go through the filtration to make sure that the water that we're putting into the RV is as close to potable as we can reasonably get. And obviously, drinking water and stuff inside the RV will all be filtered again anyway, so I don't think there's going to be too many issues. They may be famous last words. If I end up getting sick at some stage and it's due to some random bacteria or greebly in the water, then okay, you heard this here first, so famous last words. But anywho, that's the deal with water for now. And as we're like, what are we, 18th of July? So I think this week, hopefully, this week or next, but hopefully this week, we should have a culvert getting put in on the property. Already purchased that. So now it's up to the local, soon to be friendly local Benton County team to get that implemented, hopefully without killing the internet that's there. And that means that we then officially can actually get an address. Probably won't put a post office box up because it's a little difficult to clear spam and stuff out when you're not actually there. But at least we can actually get a property number, and that's one step closer. This is all, fun and games. And then after that, then it's ratifying the actual work that Andy, our contractor, is going to be doing for excavation and stuff. So yeah, so we'll see how we go. I'm looking forward to it. but as always there's a lot to do. So yeah, short today because it's raining, thunderstorms on the horizon. These are all supposed to be here yesterday and done, but apparently weather is weather, whether or not you get the weather you expect. No real thought of the day, just work, back into it. Today I'm finishing out all my junk food and things that during the bad thing I don't sweat it too much. Just do what you need to do to get through. But I don't have much left, so I'm going to junk through that, and once that's out of the way, I'm going to get back into keto again with a vengeance. So we'll see how that plays out. I see Mrs. Duck over there with her babies. She's such a good mama. Very quick. Behold the cuteness end to the video, perhaps. What you doing, sweetheart? What you doing, baby? Oh, you're such a good mama. Yes, you are. She is actually really excellent. She will probably be on the list to be taken down, on the short list. But for now, she's just doing her thing. We did lose a baby out of her 10. There was one that was a little runt. You know, it's like in any litter, you always get the little tiny one. And if they can't keep up, well, they can't keep up. And just very quickly on this, you know, you can actually be the pet lover, I guess, and go, well, you know, we could put them in the brooder and, you know, and nurture them and all the rest of it. But in all seriousness, you know, they're supposed to basically just get on with it. That's kind of the point. While we're there to help and assist if things get really, really, really difficult for whatever reason, and ruminants and stuff, you know, you have to take that with a grain of salt. But the whole point of it is survival of the fittest. So yeah, she's doing pretty well, and they all seem to be really healthy and moving around with her, and so yeah, she's an excellent mama. So we'll see how we go. And the other duck is by the faucet is basically she's got 4 babies so far. She lost one. She's still got a few more eggs to go, so we may end up getting a few more. I don't think she's going to have a large clutch, so she'll have maybe half a dozen or so. We'll see how that pans out. She was not really a good mama last time, so hopefully she's a little more mature, and we'll see what happens. And we've got another mama duck basically sitting on the chicken's nest to the chicken's chagrin, and another mama duck who's underneath the barn I just saw earlier today. She hasn't had any babies yet, but she's an excellent mama too. Her nest is very, very safely tucked away under the barn. Nobody's getting under there, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, enough ramble. Hope you have a great day. Kia ora, take care, talk again tomorrow.